everybody, what's going on? Mr. Tony of the Dead here, and I have another movie review for everybody out there. And this one's going to be on the movie Night Swim. This is directed by Bryce McGuire. This was sent over to me from Universal Pictures Home Entertainment, and it stars Carrie Condon, Wyatt Russell, this name that I cannot pronounce, Gavin Warren, and Jody Long. The movie's about this former baseball player named Ray Waller, and he was in the major leagues, played for the Brewers, third baseman, and unfortunately he ended up getting MS, and the disease was taking over his body, which caused his family to get up and have to move into a new location. They're trying to find the perfect house, schools and all that stuff. And just when they thought they couldn't find anything in their budget, here comes along this house that's perfect for them. A little bit of a fixer-upper, but it also has a pool. Ray's trying everything he can to get back into shape. He wants to get back into baseball, but everybody's telling him, you might want to leave that dream behind because, it's probably not going to happen. You got to move on to the future. And they have this house and they think, well, you know what? It has a pool and we could do some, water therapy in it. And so they fill up the pool, they clean the house, they end up obviously buying the house, and everything's going fine. And almost miraculously, he starts getting way better. He's running. He could hardly walk in the beginning of the movie. He starts running and he's walking better. He's got his strength back. He's lifting like a huge amount of weight on his bench press, and he thinks it's because of this pool. But what the family doesn't know is this pool has a deep, dark secret that surfaces and brings them all into inescapable depths of terror. Movie came out today, actually, April 9th, 2024. I'm recording it on the day it comes out, so maybe when you see this, it's already out. It is already out on digital, but as of now, April 9th, 2024, it is out to buy on Blu-ray and DVD. When they were making this movie, they wanted this movie to be kind of like Jaws, not Jaws with the shark, obviously, but like the way you feel about the ocean, the way Jaws made you feel about going out in the ocean, and you never know. That's what they wanted people to look at when they see a swimming pool, have that same kind of a fear. I wouldn't say it went that far, but it's kind of creepy when it's at night and the lights go out and you don't know what's in that deep end, because it gets pretty deep. They never actually say how deep it is, but they do have like the water level, and you could see underneath and how it dips into the deep end, and it does get very, very deep. And there's a lot of weird murky stuff down there. It is a supernatural thriller, lots of jump scares, I'll be honest. It gets me every time. I kind of like jump scares. I think they can be kind of cheap, but at least I jump even when I know it's coming. I still jump. I know people don't like that, but I don't mind jump scares, like I said, but it takes a lot to actually scare me. I'll be honest, I was trying to think of what to say about this movie, and I don't really know 100% what to say about it. Like, I liked it, I didn't love it, I didn't hate it, and it's kind of like, if I ever saw it again, I don't really care. If I ever saw it again, I'm glad I got to see it. I heard about it, never saw a trailer or anything. I went into this, without seeing a trailer, and I was fine at the end. It came out, at the end of the movie, I was fine. Like, okay, I watched it. It was good. It was a decent movie. But, like, it didn't really, like, hold a place in my heart. It didn't make me cry or anything. I will say, though, they have a cat named Cider, and you don't see what happens to the cat, but this is the only spoiler you're going to get. The cat does not make it, but you don't see how it doesn't make it. You know why, but, like, you don't see it happen, and it's kind of sad. I will say I have the prediction, in the beginning of the movie, I'm sure everybody does, where they think, oh, this is probably what's going to happen. And I wasn't exactly right, but there is like a little bit of a twist to it. And I did like that. I like the whole reason why this pool is the way it is, and why it's doing this thing to people. I'm trying to be very vague because I don't want to give anything away. And I thought that was kind of a unique idea where they were going with this. Again, very vague, and I'm very sorry for that, but I don't want to spoil it for anybody. Also involved in this is Blumhouse and Atomic Monster. And I know Blumhouse, they're kind of a hit or miss with things. Like, I love The Black Phone, but like I hated Halloween Ends. And, Atomic Monster has like the Conjuring franchise and the Insidious franchise, which I haven't seen all of them, but I did like them. I guess they're mostly jump scares, but I think those are a little more, bit more scary than this, like a lot more scarier than this. But I think this they went the right route with this, especially the way they shot it. They even talk about it in the interview and that, like how they wanted um, the audience to feel like they're getting below the surface as well. There's a scene in it, I believe they shot it first or early on, and it was called Marco Polo, and it's like the daughter is playing Marco Polo with this love interest, and he gets out of the pool and like she's going Marco, and like she's not hearing anybody say anything, and he's not saying anything, and then you just kind of see that there's something at the end of the pool, and you think it's the boyfriend, you know it's not, but you think it's him, and then like it gets very creepy, and that scene was very good because as she's walking down and getting deeper and deeper into it, the water level on the camera is getting higher and higher. So it kind of you kind of feel like you're going under the water as well, which was really cool. It was a good idea to do that. I thought that was shot very, very well. I want to say this too, that the girl in it, the young girl whose name I cannot pronounce, I don't even want to try, I don't want to butcher it, but she's like swimming with the love interest in the pool. And, there's a part where she's like swimming deeper, and her bikini, the bottom kind of like almost looks like a thong, at times. Not completely, but it's getting, a little in there, a little wedged. And it's like, oh God, this girl's like in high school. Like, should they be really showing this? But I wanted to make sure that everybody knows that she's actually 22 years old. So, yes, she's young, and but you don't have to feel weird seeing this part. I thought, oh my God, how are they showing this? Like, isn't she like, I don't even know what grade she's in. That she's in high school, but she looks young, but like she's swimming, and I'm like, wow, they're really showing this. Like, she's like super young. But I had to make sure. Like right after that scene, I thought, no, 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 there's no way. And I looked it up, and she's actually 22 years old. So when they shot this, she was probably like 21 or 22, maybe even. But like, I thought, okay, good. So I felt really weird watching that part, but rest assured, she's of age. Maybe young, but she's still of age. One thing I could say that's positive about this movie is I did find the cast likable. I found the family very likable. I wanted them to survive. I felt really bad for the son, and because of the father with the baseball, I guess, moving around, they didn't really go too much into his career, but they move around a lot, and they have to, make friends in different towns, and then they leave a town and they make new friends and leave the town. So the boy is like kind of like, he's new and he's kind of quiet and everything. And he's the first one that the pull really affected. The wife saw something early on, but then him, it was like really, really affected. And it kind of scared him throughout the movie. And, everybody kind of sees something, but the father doesn't, because he kind of like is getting cured by this thing. So he doesn't want to get rid of the pool or anything. He doesn't want to move. And even after all this bad stuff starts happening, and again, I don't want to say anything, but I did really feel for this family, especially the cat. Rest in peace, Cider. I thought the son did a really good job at acting. In fact, I thought they all did. I felt, you know, not a connection. I wouldn't say that, but I did feel like I wanted, like I said, I wanted them to live. And, I thought they felt like an actual family. More the mother and the daughter and the son. The father, he's kind of like, yeah, he is in the family, but I felt the strongest as if they were her kids. So I think that was a positive note on the movie. I also do think that Wyatt Russell is an excellent actor. I first saw him in Falcon the Winter Soldier. He played, I can't remember the name of it, but he was the new Captain America, and then he ends up not being, Captain America. But like, I thought he did a really good job in that. But then I saw him in an episode of Black Mirror, and I thought he was really good in that. And I feel like he's a good actor. He's also in 22 Jump Street, which is, because he's kind of comical, but yet he's scary. He could be scary. I think he does a really good job at acting too. But the wife, I think, steals the show. I think she's, really, really amazing. And I mean, they all did. They all did a good job. This is the collector's edition, and it has a lot of special features on here, like Masters of Fear, and it interviews Jason Blum and James Wan, and their vision for the movie and stuff like that. And then you have on here Demons from the Depths, and I believe that one is the special or the special effects and everything, and Into the Deep and more. And it like has interviews and commentary, all that kind of stuff that you usually find, but lots of good stuff in here, interviews, like I said, and a lot of interesting stuff to see their vision and hear what they wanted to do is very interesting. It gives you a better perspective of the movie, especially when you like they show the scene. You're like, oh, okay, that's what they're going with. Well, like I said, with the whole camera getting deeper and deeper, and like I thought that was a good effect because you do feel like that. And then I saw that's what they wanted. I was like, oh wow, like I did feel that. That was very, very well done. Now it says on here from the producers of Megan and the Nun, and Megan I thought was pretty decent. I thought it was okay, but the Nun was kind of a letdown. So don't let that like affect you with watching this. Like it's nothing like that, but it does have a lot of jump scares. Like I said, it's not scary unless you're scared of deep water. I guess it's terrifying for you, but for me, it wasn't scary. Just a bunch of jump scares. But in the end, I'm glad I got to see it. I thought it was going to be another shark movie, to be honest. Because I said I never watched a trailer before, and Night Swim sounds like another shark movie, and I'm glad it wasn't another shark movie. There's so many of them, and I'm sick of them. But it does give you a little bit of a scare if you're afraid of pools and stuff and deep water and that, because when I was younger, I had a fear of the deep end, even though I could swim, but my imagination was very vivid and I just pictured, a shark down there or something else. So that kind of brought back memories for me. Not that it scared me, but like I thought of that, from a long time ago when I was younger. I will say this too as a positive note that, and I said it earlier, but I did like the twist. I think that was pretty original, and I can't think of anybody else doing it before. So the twist of it was pretty decent, like the whole reasoning why this is going on. Like I said, at least it's not just a shark or a ghost. It's like way more than that. And like I said, the only negative things I would say is like I probably wouldn't watch it again. That's just me. Maybe one day, if I get bored, I'd watch it, but it didn't really like make me want to rewatch it right away, or like even say, you know what, I could watch that again with like Shane or something. But like I really don't think I'd watch it again. But I'm glad I got to see it. Another thing I forgot to say is it is rated PG-13, and there is no blood or anything, just some yucky water that comes out that's all black, and maybe they spit out a bunch of it. And other than that, it's like I said, it's PG-13, it's a thriller, there's no blood. So if you're into like gore and that, it's definitely not going to be for you. Well, that's it, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you've seen this movie, let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. I'd like to hear your thoughts. We can discuss it. Also, if you could please give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. And if this is your first time here, please consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. And if you are a subscriber already, thanks for coming back. I appreciate it. And that is all I'm going to say. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Now, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.